The officer barely got the words out before my vision blurred. "Miss Carter, we've recovered 2 unattended children. They say you're their aunt." My heart stopped. I had told my sister no. I wasn't free. I wasn't babysitting. I thought that boundary meant something. But Olivia shoved Mia and Noah into a taxi anyway, gave the driver my old address on the wrong side of the city, and vanished. By the time I reached the precinct, the kids were shaking mascara streaked down Mia's cheeks, Noah clutching his dinosaur like it could save him. And 48 hours later, everything got even worse. Before I go any further, tell me where you're watching from, and hit like and subscribe if you've ever been betrayed by your own family. I wish this was just a misunderstanding, something we could laugh about later. But everything that followed the CPS interviews, the police reports, the courtroom started with that one call, and it only spiraled from there. I grew up in a house where everything looked normal from the outside, but every room carried a quiet imbalance. Even now I can still smell the lemon cleaner my mom used before guests came, the way it mixed with the old carpet, and the faint perfume Olivia sprayed everywhere she walked. The imbalance started the year I turned 10. Mom stood at the top of the stairs pointing like she was assigning roles in a play she'd already written. "Olivia gets the upstairs room," she said. "She needs space for piano practice." Then she opened the basement door. "Emily, you take this one. You're tough. You don't mind." I minded. The room smelled like damp laundry. The cement floor was always cold. At night, the washing machine rattled like it was trying to shake loose from the wall. But Olivia twirled upstairs, planning fairy lights, and I dragged my thin mattress down the steps. I swallowed it. But it settled deeper than I understood. That basement became the pattern. Olivia got opportunity. I got responsibility. When I earned a small scholarship for a summer math program, Mom used it for Olivia's dance intensive. "She needs this more than you do," Mom said. "You'll be fine, Em." When I won a math award in 8th grade, Mom pinned the certificate behind grocery coupons on the fridge. That same night, Olivia brought home a flyer announcing her winter recital. Mom cleared half the fridge for it, calling aunts and uncles like Olivia had been cast on Broadway. One Thanksgiving, while relatives crowded around the table, Aunt Karen leaned over and said, "Liv's going places. And you, Emily, still the helpful one." I smiled, the practiced smile of someone who knew her role in the family script. I wasn't jealous of Olivia's spotlight. I was exhausted by carrying the weight behind it. In high school, Olivia discovered social media. Her golden hour selfies blew up, fast dance clips, outfit hauls, fake deep captions about gratitude. Mom refreshed every post like it was breaking news. Meanwhile, I stocked shelves at the grocery store to save for college. When Olivia borrowed my car without asking and returned it nearly empty, Mom scolded me for making it a big deal. I lay in the basement that night, staring at the exposed pipes, feeling the familiar ache settle under my ribs. Don't make waves. Don't be difficult. Keep the peace. But every time I tried to be small, life kept handing me something that made me want to stand taller. When Olivia got married, she glowed through the entire ceremony. Daniel looked at her like she was made of sunlight. At the reception, he said, "Thank you for helping her all these years." Helping. That was the polite word for carrying. Then Maya was born. Quiet, observant, gentle. When Olivia handed her to me in the hospital, something opened in me like a door I hadn't known existed. Mia curled her tiny hand around my finger and didn't let go. Noah came later. Sensitive, clingy, terrified of loud voices. When Olivia raised hers, which she did often, he always looked for me. Always. A preschool teacher once told me, "They calm down when you walk in. You're safe for them. Safe." That word rooted itself somewhere deep. I didn't know it then, but everything in my past, the basement, the forgotten achievements, the constant swallowing, was preparing me for the day I'd finally stop being the family's backup plan. As Olivia's online following grew, so did the cracks in her perfect mom persona. She posted videos of bedtime routines, but half the time, she filmed them in advance, while I read the real stories off camera. She posted photos of elaborate lunches, but Susan Daniel's mom was usually the one who made them. The first time Olivia left Mia with me for a full weekend, she didn't pack pajamas or a toothbrush, just matching outfits in case I took photos. But kids don't lie with their eyes. Mia relaxed the moment she stepped into my apartment, as if my living room was the only place she didn't have to perform. Noah even more so. When he was a toddler, the slightest raised voice made him hide behind my legs. He clung to me with a kind of desperate trust that broke me open in ways I didn't expect. One evening, Olivia forgot to pick them up from preschool again. A teacher had stayed late waiting. When she finally reached me, she apologized even though it wasn't her fault. "They settle when you arrive," the teacher said. "It's like their whole bodies unclench." I didn't know what to say. I wasn't their mother. I wasn't even their favorite aunt. I was just the person who always showed up because Olivia didn't. But deep down, I felt something shifting, something that scared me. Kids shouldn't rely on the backup plan more than the actual parent. The final crack came 2 months before the taxi incident. Olivia was filming a sponsored skincare video on her porch, ring light glowing, voice syrupy sweet. Mia told me later how Noah spilled orange juice on himself and tugged on Olivia's sleeve, crying. She didn't turn around. "Not now, buddy, mommy's working." she said, eyes glued to the camera. He stood there crying for 4 straight minutes. Mia cleaned him up. Olivia never mentioned it. When Mia told me, she said it with no bitterness, just a quiet resignation no 8-year-old should have. I remember sitting on my couch that night, staring at the dark window, replaying Mia's voice. Something inside me whispered, "This isn't just bad parenting. This is a pattern, and patterns don't go away because you hope they will." 2 weeks before everything blew up, a kindergarten teacher called me. Not Olivia. Miss Carter. "I'm sorry to bother you," she said, but Noah was found alone near the exit gate again. We couldn't reach his mother. "Is he okay?" "He's fine. Just scared. He asked for you." That sentence, it hit differently. It wasn't flattery or guilt. It was truth. He asked for you. Not his mom. Not his dad. Me. The night before the taxi incident, Olivia sent me a message. "You'll take them this weekend. I need it. Don't make this difficult." I stared at my phone, exhaustion settling behind my eyes like fog. For 30 years, I'd been the family's emergency exit, the one they counted on without permission, the one who had to fix what everyone else broke. But this time, something inside me finally steadied. "No," I typed. "I'm not available." She didn't reply, not a word, and for a moment, just a moment, I dared to believe that maybe finally that boundary would hold. It didn't. Her version of no was a taxi, 2 terrified kids, the wrong address, and the beginning of a storm none of us were ready for. The week everything cracked open didn't start with shouting or chaos. It started with a small, ordinary moment that should have meant nothing. Mia falling asleep on my couch with a crayon still in her hand, Noah curled against my side while I typed a late report. It was nearly 1 a.m. and Olivia was out at a rooftop bar, posting cocktails on Instagram with the caption, "Moms deserve nights off." She hadn't mentioned the kids once. I remember staring at her story, the neon lights reflecting off her glass, and feeling a slow burn rise in my chest. Not anger, just clarity. A realization that I wasn't the pinch hitter anymore. I was the whole team, and Olivia didn't even bother pretending otherwise. The first real escalation came when she showed up at my apartment on a Wednesday morning, no warning, kids in tow, lip gloss flawless, at 9 a.m. "Emergency," she declared. Breezing past me, "Brand deal came through. I need you to take them." I blinked. "Liv, I have a meeting in an hour. You can work from home," she said, waving a hand dismissively. "Just put on a movie. They don't nap. They need supervision. And you're good at that." She flashed a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Don't be difficult." That was her favorite word, difficult. The label she used when she didn't get what she wanted. "I can't today," I said, voice steady. Her expression snapped cold. "Fine, forget it." She grabbed the kids' hands. "Let's go. Aunt Emily's too busy." Mia paused at the door, eyes wide. "Aunt Em, did we do something wrong?" The guilt hit like a punch. "No," I told her. "You did nothing wrong." But Olivia pulled her away before I could say more. That afternoon, Mom called. "Your sister says you're being tense," she began. "She needs support, Emily. She needs a babysitter," I corrected. "There's a difference." Mom sighed dramatically. "You know Olivia depends on you. Be proud of that. Proud." As if being the family's unpaid safety net was something to display on the mantle. "Mom," I said quietly, "you don't lean on Olivia the way you lean on me. We lean on you because you're reliable," she snapped. "Don't ruin that." There it was. The truth they never said out loud. Olivia was the star. I was the structure holding the ceiling up. The next escalation came from a place I never expected, Noah's school. A teacher called me during my lunch break. "Miss Carter, I'm sorry to reach out like this, but Noah was left alone near the exit gate for 10 minutes today. We couldn't reach his mother." My chest tightened. "Is he okay?" "He's scared," she said softly. "He asked for you." Those 4 words, "he asked for you," shook something loose inside me. How many times had this happened? How many times had someone else patched the hole for Olivia while she posed online about doting motherhood? The night after that, Olivia went live on Instagram for a sponsored makeup routine. Ring light, soft music, fake warmth. Behind her, Noah wandered into frame crying because he'd spilled juice on himself. He tugged at her shirt, voice cracking, "Mommy, help." She didn't look away from the camera. "Not now, buddy. Mommy's working." He stood there crying for 4 straight minutes. Mia finally took him by the hand and led him away. Olivia didn't notice. A few hours later, I got a text from Mia, "Mommy's busy again. Noah's sad." That was when she started keeping the small notebook in her backpack, though I didn't know it yet. Then came the messages from Olivia 2 days before everything exploded. "Not requests, demands. You'll be home this weekend. I'm dropping them off early. Don't make this complicated." I typed one word back, "No." Not an explanation. Not an apology. Just a boundary. I should have known she'd see it as an attack. The day before everything blew up, Olivia escalated in a way only she could, by pretending nothing had happened. She sent me a morning selfie in her gym leggings with the caption, "Recharge day," as if she hadn't ignored every boundary I set. But by evening, the mask slipped. She called 5 times, left 2 voicemails, sent 3 voice notes laced with irritation. The final one said, "You're really going to do this to me after all I've done for you? Don't forget who helped you when you needed it." Helped me. When with what? But that was the thing about Olivia, she rewrote history in real time. I didn't respond. That night, the universe threw its harshest warning yet. A neighbor from Olivia's street messaged me on Facebook. "Hey Emily, not sure if this is my place, but Mia knocked on our door today. She said her mom was filming and she needed help." My throat tightened. What happened? Noah fell and hit his arm. Olivia told him to shake it off because she was in the middle of a live stream. I stared at the message until the words blurred. Not because I doubted it, because it confirmed everything I'd been avoiding. I typed back. "Is Noah okay? He's fine. I just thought you should know." 20 minutes later, Olivia posted a reel titled, "Mom, life isn't easy but it's beautiful. Perfect lighting, perfect house, perfect lie." The next morning, the morning started off too quiet. I brewed coffee, opened my laptop, reviewed my slides for the conference. It almost felt normal. Then my phone rang. Unknown number. I hesitated and answered. "Miss Carter." A steady voice said, "This is Officer Ryan Cole. We have 2 children here, Mia and Noah Gray. They say you're their aunt." The mug slipped from my hand. Coffee splashed across the counter. "What do you mean? You have them?" "They're supposed to be with their mom. They were dropped off at an address on East Riverside," he said. "The building had no apartment under your name. They were alone on the sidewalk for approximately 20 minutes. 20 minutes. In the cold. At the wrong address." My voice cracked. "I live on West Riverside. Yes, ma'am. We need you at the precinct." I barely remember the cab ride, only the pounding of my heart and the way the city blurred outside the window. Every red light felt like punishment. Inside the station, the fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, and there, on 2 plastic chairs, were Mia and Noah, tiny, trembling. Mascara streaked down Mia's cheeks. Noah clutching his stuffed dinosaur like it was the only stable thing left in the world. Mia ran to me first. "Aunt Em, we couldn't find you." Noah followed, voice shattering. "We thought you forgot us." I pulled them into my coat, my arms barely big enough to contain the shaking. And then came Olivia calling. Calling. When I finally answered, she screamed, "Where are my kids?" "The driver said he dropped them off hours ago." "You gave him my old address," I said. "On the wrong side of the city." "That's not my fault," she snapped. You were supposed to be there." And in that moment, hearing her blame me for children, she abandoned on a sidewalk, something inside me reset. Clean, sharp, cold. This wasn't chaos. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was a pattern, and it had finally gone too far. CPS stepped in that same afternoon. Daniel flew home that night. Family group chats exploded, calling me dramatic, jealous, ungrateful. Every message was the same: keep the peace, don't make waves, protect Olivia. But watching the footage, Mia pulling Noah away from the street, Noah wiping his face with his sleeve, made one thing painfully clear. If I stayed silent now, I'd be just as guilty as Olivia. The escalation was complete. The line was drawn, and the next step, the courtroom was going to tear everything open. Family court was colder than the precinct, quiet in a way that made every breath sound too loud. The room smelled faintly of paper and old carpet, the kind of place where the truth had to fight to be heard. Daniel sat at the front with his attorney, Amanda, shoulders stiff. I stayed a row behind him, hands clasped so tightly they ached. Olivia walked in last, hair curled, blouse, soft pink eyes, glassy with rehearsed tears. She held a tissue, like it was a prop. Just hours earlier she'd been raging over the phone. Now she looked fragile, carefully curated. The bailiff called the case. Judge Harper took her seat, calm, unreadable, the kind of presence that made lies shrink. Amanda stood first. "Your Honor, this isn't about one mistake. It's about repeated decisions that put 2 children at risk." Olivia's attorney countered immediately. "My client is a devoted mother. She believed the children were being taken to their aunt's home. This entire situation has been exaggerated by Miss Carter, who has a long history of conflict with her sister." Judge Harper raised a hand. "Stick to evidence, counselor." Officer Ryan Cole was called to the stand. His testimony was steady. The incomplete address, the wrong side of the city. The 20 minutes alone, the neighbor's call. Then the video played. The footage hit harder in the courtroom than it had in the station. Mia pulling Noah close as a truck roared past. Noah rubbing his eyes with trembling fists. 2 small bodies pressed against a cold wall while cars blurred by. Olivia looked down, but the judge didn't. Next came Rachel from CPS. She summarized prior concerns, late pickups, the near-street incident. Noah wandering alone, the preschool's repeated notes. All documented, all ignored. The air tightened. Then my name was called. I stepped up, aware of Olivia's stare burning through me. Amanda kept it simple. "Did you agree to watch the children that day, Numzu? Did you tell Olivia that?" "Yes." "Did she confirm with you before sending them?" "Nope." Olivia's attorney approached for cross. "Miss Carter, isn't it true you often judged your sister, felt overshadowed by her? No. You chose work over family. I chose not to enable dangerous behavior." A few heads turned at that. Then Olivia took the stand. Instant tears. Shaking voice. "I was rushing. I mixed up East and West. I thought Emily would be there. I never meant any harm." Amanda rose slowly. "Mrs. Gray, did you confirm she was home?" I assumed. "That's a no. Did you send manipulated screenshots to your husband?" Olivia stiffened. I screenshot the wrong part. And is this the only time your children were put in unsafe situations? That's exaggerated. It's documented, Amanda replied. Silence. Then Rachel gently asked if Mia wanted to speak. With hesitant steps, Mia carried her small notebook to the stand. She opened it with trembling fingers. I write things so I don't forget, she whispered. She read short lines. Mom didn't pick us up. Noah cried alone. Mom said I was too sensitive. Aunt Em came. The room went still, only the soft buzz of lights overhead. When she finished, Judge Harper leaned forward. This is not a misunderstanding. It is a pattern. She delivered the ruling clearly: primary custody to Daniel, supervised visitation for Olivia, mandatory parenting classes and therapy. The gavel hit once, sharp, final. Olivia let out a sound between a sob and a hiss, but for the first time, the truth wasn't on her side, and she knew it. The moment the gavel dropped, everything went silent. The courtroom emptied in slow waves, lawyers packing files, officers guiding families out, people whispering about cases that weren't theirs. I stayed seated, letting my heartbeat settle. For the first time in days, the air didn't feel like it was crushing me. Daniel walked over, exhaustion etched across his face. Emily. Thank you, he said quietly. They're safe because of you. You're their father, I told him. They need you now more than ever. Mia and Noah were waiting with Susan and Robert in the hallway. When they saw me, they ran. Mia wrapped her arms around my waist. Noah clung to my sleeve. Are we staying with Daddy? Mia asked. Yes, I said. You're okay now? Noah peered up at me, voice small. You'll still come see us, right? Always. For a moment, everything felt right. Not perfect, not fixed, just steady. A kind of quiet I'd never known growing up. Then Olivia stepped out of the courtroom. The tears were gone. The trembling lip was gone. Her face had hardened into something sharp, calculating. She walked toward me, slowly, heels clicking like tiny triggers. She stopped close enough that I could see the smear of mascara she hadn't completely wiped away. You think this is the end, she whispered. No rage, no panic. Just something colder. You humiliated me. You stole my kids. You made me look like a monster. I didn't respond. She leaned in, voice barely audible. I'm going to fix this. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care who I have to turn into. I always win in the end. Her eyes flicked toward Mia and Noah just for a second, but it was enough to make my stomach knot. You should sleep with one eye open, Em, she said softly, because the next time I come back, I won't be the one on trial. Then she straightened her blouse, lifted her chin, and walked away as if the hallway belonged to her. I watched her go, knowing one thing: this wasn't closure. It was the beginning of whatever war Olivia planned next. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't afraid to fight back. If you've ever felt like the outsider in your own family, make sure you subscribe. People like me don't usually get heard, not until everything breaks. Tell me in the comments if you've ever had to stand up to someone who expected you to stay quiet forever. And if you want to know what Olivia did next, trust me, this story isn't finished. What happened after that hallway confrontation changed everything. Hit like, subscribe, and stay with me. The real fallout is only just beginning.